Hello and welcome. Today we will be painting, as promised, excuse me, this circular painting. I have been talking about this on Instagram, and these are just different examples of how it might look in the end, because it might differ a bit considering what colors you use. I will be using Perylene Green, and I think it's called azomethine green yellow. But you could basically use any color you like. So we wet the paper, preferably without any dog hair on it. And I chose a nice little wine glass, and I put on the color straight from the tube on the brim, and not all around, just like halfway through. And then I push it down into the paper and I twist it a little bit. So this is the start for my painting. I like how it's spreading out, and here I have a brush, a size 12 from Artify. It's to be honest, it doesn't really matter what brand you have on your brush, just choose anything. And what I'm doing here is I'm pulling the color by using just a wet brush underneath, and it draws the pigments towards it, and I tilt my paper to make it spread. And I want the yellow to go a bit more upwards, so again I use my wet brush to just pull it upwards and tilt the paper. And I realized I had too much paint. That happens easily, so I just remove a little bit of the paint with my brush. And here I'm just playing around, making the color move a bit more. I have a blob there, it doesn't matter, it will just blend in later. Don't worry about if that happens. And I still want the yellow to spread a bit more. Now I use my hair dryer. Sorry, hair dryer. You could just let it dry without any hair dryer, but as you can see, I am moving the color a bit with my hair dryer. So whatever you like, you can choose. And now I'm thinking a bit, okay, where do I put what? Do I want the branches to go there? On the right, on the left, what colors? I have a palette with oak color on it. It happens to be still Perylene Green, but you don't really have to use the same color. Just choose something that you think fits. And there I think I will put my red cloaked person, you know, like in this picture. And think about the rule of thirds. Don't put it just in the middle. Of course you could do it, but it's more harmonized if you put it in a third. And I think I will start by putting some dark branches over here. Try to think of that branches, they get thinner. That's really important. Don't make like sausages. It's not really so important that they are that you kind of move the brush around. The most important thing really is that they get thinner at the end. And I use a bit of a different colors for this, so I just don't use one color. And then you just kind of play around, make it, I know I sound like Bob Ross, but make it fun. Make it just, don't think so much about it. Just put branches a bit here, a bit there. Don't overthink it. And I put some branches over here. I just realized I didn't show you how I made the roots at the bottom, but you just take a little bit of color and pull down some roots, so nothing special about that either. And the blob I had there before, I kind of hide it behind some branches. You want to try to find some balance in the painting. You don't just want trees on one side. I like this kind of circle shape. I don't want to hide it completely behind branches. And now I use the green-yellow color I had before and make some branches on this side. You want it to harmonize with the color in the background. And again, you can't do anything wrong. Just put branches here and there. And now I'm thinking, yeah, I'll be putting my red cloaked figure here. And for that I use red gouache. And I have a brush that is from Renaissance, size 6. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is a good, I don't think it's a good brand. It's just some cheap brand. But again, it doesn't matter. Use what you have. Don't run off buying fancy schmancy brushes. You will not need it for this kind of painting. And I put down a very simple shape. It's just like a vertical blob. And yeah, I make like a little hood on the top. Our brains work like that we fill in the blanks. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be super detailed. You can already see, oh yeah, it's a cloaked figure that's standing there, so good enough. And I use a bit of the Perylene Green to make a shadow on the back, because the light is basically coming from ahead. Now I'm thinking maybe a bit more branches on the right side. And I also wanted the tree to go a bit higher up on the left side. It looked a bit naked over there, so I put a bit more branches over there. Again in the green color, the yellow-green color. Now I'm thinking of where will I put my birds? And I figured, well, I put a couple over here and maybe a bird there. And I kind of want the eye to move a bit outwards of the circle, so I also put a couple of birds on the left top. It basically draws the eye out of the circle up in the sky. And now I use white gouache. Sprinkle it on top, because you know, sparkles. We all need more sparkles in our lives. And I switched to the rigger again, the smaller one I had in the beginning, to put some sparkles on the cloaked figure and to make some stars. Try to make them really thin. You don't want to have big blobs. And this is just optional. If you don't want it, don't do it. It's here you can see how I put, this was blobby, so I removed it. That was not good, but it doesn't matter. You just remove it and then you start over. And you can add a few, you can add many. Again, it's optional, it's just after taste. And now I am thinking about, maybe I need a bit more roots on the left. I felt the painting wasn't really balanced, so I put just a couple of more roots on the left side. And then I wanted to go the right side of the tree a bit higher, but as you can see here, this did not turn out really well. It's too blobby, it's too thick, so I tried to remove it. I didn't really succeed, but again, it doesn't matter. Don't be disturbed when you feel like, oh no, this was not how I planned it to be, it's ruined. It's not, it doesn't matter. Just keep going. The overall expression or impression, sorry, will be that, hey, it's good. I think I really want to convey that don't worry so much when you paint these kind of paintings. They will look good in the end after all. And here I think, since the light in the back is drawing our eyes towards it, I wanted to put just a little something there. So I put two small birds there for the eyes to rest upon. And the signature, it's super wobbly. I usually do it with a ruler. I didn't have one now, so I just made it freehand. It's again, it's fine. And yeah, that's basically it. Removing the tape. I hope you could paint along. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments. I will be happy to reply. I hope you had fun. My main thing to tell you with this is have fun. Don't worry. It will just be great. Let watercolor do its thing. Don't overthink it. And hopefully you will stick around for another tutorial in future. Thank you so much. Bye.